She said in the letter that the arrest was racist and showed the officers questioning among themselves how Majors, who they didn't recognize as a famous actor, could afford to live in a luxury penthouse. And today we have some huge news about the case of Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors is currently in court defending himself against alleged assault charges.
So my man Jonathan Majors. So he's in the news again today.
Oh Lord.
I just want to watch a clip. Can I just watch a clip about him? She does not like Jonathan Majors. I
don't like the way that you defend him with only
I'm not
hearing one
defending
side.
him. I'm not defending him. But I mean, listen, the black people gotta stay with the black people with this one. You can defend the white lady. I'm gonna stay with the black guy. And so, listen, I don't know, but I do want to hear what's going on.
It smells like fish and it looks like fish. It must be fish.
I do want to see what's going on. But so I'm assuming, so from what I've heard, I guess this is his first day in court. So I haven't seen this video, so let's watch it again and see what goes on, and then I'll give you my feedback.
You haven't watched it?
I really haven't watched it. I didn't watch it because I just wanted,
How do you know you're going to have feedback?
Because I heard like a few seconds of it, and I was like, "Oh, let me not watch it so I can give honest feedback."
I was born one day, but it wasn't yesterday.
Anyway, well, but I'm being honest here, and so this is what happened when you try to tell the truth. See, I'm trying to tell the truth right now. I actually only watched.
What happens when you lie so often that you try to tell the truth?
I don't lie. I just omit. That's your word. I omit. See, a lie is not a lie if you just omit. So if you ask me, where we at last night? And I'm like, so for what you say, that's not a lie. That's just omitting.
Yeah, that's not a lie.
So I omit a lot now because I learned that from you.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Tuesday, June 20th, Jonathan Majors appeared in court for the very first time, where the judge set an official trial date for August 3rd, where he is prepared to provide evidence to prove that he is innocent. And we have a lot of new evidence that has come out today. And this is released by his official team. His lawyer released the evidence to Insider.com, giving them the exclusive on this. And this does include video footage.
So the video footage is going to exonerate my man, because I'm be honest with you, I have a soft spot here for Jonathan Majors, because to be honest with you, I just need him to be Kane again in the Marvel movies. He plays such a great Kane character. I just need him to be Kane, and be honest with you, listen, if he does get locked up, if he could just get out just to play that role, I would.
Locked up? You think even if he was found guilty, he'd be locked up?
I don't know. I mean, maybe him and Akon.
A broken finger?
I don't know. It's a white woman, so you know what happens when snow bunnies are involved. You know what happens.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Chaudhry and Majors' team turned in video evidence to the court. This comes from police body-worn camera footage that was turned in, and it shows Jabari in Majors' apartment saying, "I don't know," 19 times when asked by arriving medics and cops how she was injured. Then Chaudhry says in her letter that the NYPD footage showed the lead officer coaching Miss Jabari to accuse Mr. Majors of assault.
So with her saying that she did not know 19 times, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she was drunk. I think she was drunk. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew that from the first story.
Yeah, and so I have always been under the impression that you can't believe an alcoholic.
Okay, but also with his video footage, and I'm not trying to defend her, I'm just saying, I've also seen people that are drunk that fall off a curb, break their ankle, and get up and walk on it because they're so drunk that they don't even realize that their ankle's broken until the next morning.
And fair point. So, but how can we say that she didn't fall at some point in time and break her own finger?
I'm saying that they might have video of her, like, picking up stuff, doing stuff, and maybe her finger was broke, but she was so drunk she didn't realize it until the next day.
But can we not say that she has to prove that he broke her finger? Like I said, if she's so drunk she can't remember, how do you know she didn't fall and break her own finger?
Chaudhry then stated, even though Miss Jabari admitted to drinking to the point of throwing up, taking sleeping pills, and having no idea how she woke up in a closet with a cut on her head and injured finger, the police jumped to the conclusion that Mr. Majors must have done this to Miss Jabari.
if she ended up in a closet, listen, I went to college and I have been to a lot of college parties. I've been to a lot of frat parties. I have seen some of the things that go on when people drink excessively. I have seen women fall off porches. Well, maybe not women, girls at the time. I have seen girls fall off porches upside down. I've seen shit shows. And so I don't know. I'm not, I guess I can't say that he's not guilty of something because, nobody was there, what it seems like, except them and the cab driver, what happened in the cab. But I would say is that a lot of the stuff that she's bringing up because she was so drunk is questionable. So I'm not saying that he didn't do anything. And I'm not saying that he's innocent, but I can say that it seems a little questionable for her to seem as drunk. And you taking sleeping pills too? Like, what were you trying to do? Like, where were you going? Is this?
They probably got in an argument. She probably just tried to self-medicate herself to sleep.
And the thing is that if something did go down and both of them did get physical with each other, at what point is which one guilty or both of them guilty?
Because I heard that this wasn't the first time.
I mean, it might not be.
So it could just be that. I mean, I don't know.
Now, when you say the first time with them as a couple or the first time,
I heard him.
Yeah, but the thing is that I would say the people that accused him, and I don't know, I really don't know. The people that accused him, have the people that come out that accused him actually said what he did? Because I never heard anything about what he actually did. I just heard accusations that he was a threatening person.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, and a violent person. To be honest with you, I haven't heard anything physically that he's done though.
Right, I don't know.
I
don't. I just heard that, but I didn't look into it, or I didn't really care to know anything further.
But I'm just saying, it's like I haven't heard anything else violent versus him just being kind of a menacing person and a possibly violent person. But to be honest with you, I mean, the dude is a big dude. I mean, you've seen him in the boxing movie. I mean, the dude is a scary dude and he's a little quirky. Dude, listen, to be a black guy, Jonathan Majors is a little quirky. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm quirky, but this dude is really quirky. And so, I mean, listen.
That's why you like him so much.
That is probably why I like him so much. Anyway, but he's a big dude and he's quirky. He could probably be a middle linebacker for an NFL team, depending on his height. But I'm just saying, like, the build that he has.
Yeah.
And so, for most people, he's going to be menacing. And especially if you make him angry. And if you make him angry and he still doesn't do anything, like, I mean, do people have a right to be angry? I mean, sometimes can people be angry and not so, like, I get mad about something and I might scare you, but if I don't physically do anything to you, like, but you might think that I'm a violent person or a threatening person. You see what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, the size of him, and I don't know what she looks like, but I mean, even if she was just trying to, like, grab on him, because I think that's what they said in the cab, that she was getting on him, and I mean, he easily could have just tried to move her off, and her finger could have gotten hurt. Yeah. But at her head, that sounds to me like she might have fallen.
yeah. But and the other thing I would say is that these people that are saying that he's menacing and threatening and violent, I mean, if he was in acting school, I mean, I would think most of the people that are in the kind of the arts are not the biggest people. They're not people that are going to the gym. They're not. They're more of the smaller frame type people. So you have a black man that size in your art school, most people are probably going to be a little scared of it. And so the thing is, like I said, I can't say that he hasn't done anything, but the only thing I can say is that I would like to see more evidence. Look, if the evidence comes out and he's done something, then, it is what it is. But I don't know. Let's see what else.
I do want to talk about what Chaudhry has said about Jonathan Majors. She said that he wants this to go to trial yesterday, meaning he has wanted this to happen already. He wants to go to trial. He wants to show the evidence. He wants to speak, and he wants to prove himself innocent. She says that he is heartbroken as he watches his career dangle in the wind.
He's got to get on with his life.
Did you see how big that dude was?
Yeah. I didn't realize he had muscles. I thought he was just kind of like,
We watched Creed 3.
I know, but
You know what? That dude's a big dude.
They do stuff to people to make them look a little more.
Okay, CGI ain't doing that much. And so the thing is that I don't know how tall this man is. Listen, he might be like 5'8" and been in the bodybuilding world. He might be 5'8", might be 170 pounds. But honestly, just looking at him next to other people, he looks like he's a big dude. He looks like he's probably 6 foot, maybe 6'1", and probably 210, 215 pounds. Listen, if he were to get upset, I don't care if he didn't touch anybody. He would pose a threat.
And let's also talk about the eyewitnesses that they have. The alleged assault supposedly took place in a car as Majors and Jabari were being driven somewhere. And they state that this was not a direct employee of Jonathan Majors, but instead worked for a company called Black Lane, an upscale private black car company. Chaudhry, Majors' lawyer, said that this driver is prepared to testify in court on Majors' behalf that Majors never raised his voice or a hand against Jabari as they argued inside his car or after he pulled the car over and the dispute spilled out onto a busy street corner. To make it even more interesting, there is street surveillance video that was reviewed by Insider, and they state that you can see Jonathan Majors trying to flee from Jabari as she pulls him out of the car. And they state he is a big guy and she's pulling him so hard that she pulls his body into the car as he's trying to run away. And they say, and you see the coat rip, and he does finally get out.
Okay, that's probably what she broke her finger at. If he's trying to drug her, okay, this is just me. This is just me playing sideline detective. If she grabbed him that hard, and this man being the size, and if she pulled him back into the car and then he jerked away from her, I play football. There's a lot of broken fingers that happen in football because of people grabbing jerseys, things like that. That's probably where she broke her finger at. Listen, and she probably didn't know she broke her finger. She probably disjointed it and broke it and didn't even know she broke her finger at that point in time. So, I don't know.
And to top it all off, what's kind of funny is that a small group of women who witnessed the fight recognized Jonathan Majors, and the woman jumps on him, hugs him, and asks for a selfie. And he's so nice, and they take a selfie. This is what his lawyer said, and this was caught by the street surveillance footage. Also, and here's the real kicker, here's where we dive into the surveillance footage. After this, the two separated. Majors went to an Upper East Side hotel, and Jabari went to a nightclub called Lucy's. And phone records show that Jonathan Majors, not too long after he went to the hotel, sent her a breakup text before turning off his phone. But perhaps the most important part of all of this is the footage obtained by Jonathan Majors' team of Jabari in that nightclub minutes after the fight took place, and for hours she stays there with no apparent signs of being hurt whatsoever. In fact, the footage shows her using her right hand many times.
So, I mean, is her finger actually broken? Have they had, I mean, I don't know. I've heard her finger's broken, but have they actually had a medical diagnosis that her finger's broken? Or is she just saying that the finger's broken? And is their police report just saying that the finger's broken? That's the confusing part for me, because the thing is that for me is that if the lawyers are on this point about her finger not being broken because she was doing all this other stuff and doing this, like, is there a medical diagnosis that her finger is actually broken?
You're hearing all his side of everything and all his evidence, but I'm sure she has stuff too that just hasn't been released yet. So maybe she has medical reports.
I know, and that's what I would like to know. I would like to know if she actually has medical reports.
You're going to find out August 3rd.
I don't know, but
maybe the 4th.
I don't know. But I'm going to have to be honest with you. This account of the story, even though it's one-sided right now, sounds a little more believable about what kind of happened. Like I said, you can pull for the white people. I'm pulling for the black people.
I'm pulling for anybody. There's three sides to every story: his story, her story, and the truth. And you've heard his story.
I'm feeling the pendulum. Well, here's the thing. So if the truth, to be honest with you, with her, no, to be honest with you,
10th time you said that.
Well, anyway, because I've been drinking a little bit. But anyway, to be honest with you, 11. So I'm saying that. If you're looking at it, her story is the one that's actually been ruling over everything, because he's lost a lot of money, a lot of gigs. Yeah. And so if you really want to look at it, whose story is being more believed at this point in time? It's her story. And so his story is not being believed. He's playing behind the 8-ball right now. He's playing, trying to catch up. And will he ever catch up? And the thing is that will anybody really ever know what happened there? Will there always be a black cloud over him just because of this situation? And we don't know. But, you know, that's what Dr. Umar says you get for messing with white women.
Sure my friends.
You're beige, so you're okay.
Up the stairs, as we can see here. And then in some other footage.
You're beige, so you're okay.
Beige?
Beige.
Like tan?
I guess.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll see when we get my my gene thing
Genome?
back.
Genome? I gotta do mine
I think
too.
you're going to be surprised.
Anyway, well.
I think I come from somewhere. Where
You won't
what?
You won't have official snow bunny status.
I won't.
Snow. I can't even say it. You won't have official snow bunny status anymore.
I don't believe I will. I don't believe I ever have.
Oh, you think you're Indian?
I know for a fact I am.
All right, we'll see.
Then to top it all off, there is another witness because eventually Majors did go home to his penthouse apartment, and apparently one of the doors inside his apartment was locked, so he called the handyman to open the bedroom door. Once he came in and opened the door, Majors and the handyman found Jabari half naked and passed out on the floor of a walk-in closet. And the handyman is prepared to testify that this actually happened in court.
You know, what I'm starting to see, there's conveniently a lot of witnesses in this whole night. So there's witnesses in the cab. There's witnesses right outside of the cab with the women that wanted to have a selfie. Then, I don't know what apartment that he, disappeared off to, but then when he gets back to his apartment.
He went to a hotel.
A hotel, I'm sorry. Then when he gets back to, and so if he went to the hotel, there's probably a check-in and check-out unless he went to see somebody else. But then when he gets home, what did it say? He didn't have his key or something? So he had to have the
The rooms were locked.
Well, anyway, he had to have the handyman come up. And so I don't know. Now, I'm be honest with you. There's a lot of people involved in this story. And the more people that you have involved in something, a lot of times, be honest with you, the harder it is to have people keep a secret. And to have so many people that's involved in the story to not have heard anything else about from all these other people that are around this does seem just a little suspicious. So I don't know.
And Majors is the one who actually called 911 at this point in time, in which he was then arrested. This is all pretty damning evidence that Jonathan Majors is innocent. Of course, we have to wait till the official court ruling. All of the evidence that they have said they have submitted to the court, that is a lot in Jonathan Majors' favor. Plus, not to mention, several witnesses that he has are ready to testify on his behalf, including the driver who said that Jonathan Majors never raised a hand or even his voice. And according to the victim, the assault happened in the car, and the driver can testify, no, it didn't. Plus the video footage of him trying to leave the car, her trying to pull him back in, and then him eventually walking away.
Ultimately, like I said, at the end of this, I am hoping that, he didn't do anything. I'm hoping that, listen, if he did do something, hopefully it comes out in court and, whatever happens, and I lose Kane from the Marvel Universe. But I am hoping that he is, telling the truth about what happened on his side, and that I do have the honor of seeing him play Kane again. And so at the end of this, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The trial's going to be interesting. I wonder if it's going to be one of those televised trials. I don't know how that works. But if it is a televised trial, I am going to be watching. Like if it's like the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, I'll be watching every minute of it online. But at the end of the day, listen, I got to pull for the black people. You can pull for it. So you just said that you weren't white, that you were Indian. So I don't know. You shouldn't even be commenting on this. Now, you can't pull for the white people if you ain't all white. I'm all black.
What?
You can't pull for the white people if you ain't all white.
First of all, I never said I was pulling for anybody.
You pull it.
Second
You
of all,
pull it for the white lady. You pull
No.
You pull it for the
No.
white lady. Every time I say something, you say something. It's like, but.
No, because you're defending somebody who...
I'm not defending. I'm not defending. I'm just siding. That's two different things. I'm not defending. I'm just on the side of. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything. I'm just saying I hope that he didn't do anything. That's two totally different things. And so I'm not defending anything.
Well, I don't defend people based on their color.
I do.
I don't.
You okay with me, OJ? That was a joke. Anyway.
Bill Cosby too. He didn't do anything, right?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't follow Bill Cosby's thing, so.
Well, there's still time because it's still going.
But it seems like there was a lot of white women involved in Bill Cosby thing too. So
must have been something he put in those pudding pops.
Ew, I don't even want to think about that. It's pudding pops with cream.
Ew.
Anyway, at the end of the day, hopefully Jonathan, comes out, on the other side. Especially if he didn't do it. If he didn't do anything, hopefully he does, have his day in court and has, his name, what they call it, exonerated. If he really didn't do anything, but at the end of the day, if he did do something, then unfortunately, I mean, you gotta control yourself around women, because. Listen,
Even the white women.
Even the white women. Listen, a woman can hit you a couple times, but if you hit her once, then you're in trouble. I don't think that's fair. I think we should have a ratio. Two hits to one. But I don't know. There's some big women out there. There's some women that are bigger than men.
Well, sometimes, give it another 20 years.
You always say something I got to cut out. You always say so. You always are very politically incorrect.